Hello everybody, Silas here. I'm just going to do a quick devlog on my game Chasing Tail. So this is the first devlog I'm doing for this game, and since I'm just releasing a demo for it, I figured now would be a good time to also do one of these devlogs and get out a little bit of information for you. I don't really have a script, I'm just going to go off the top of my head, just like the other devlogs that I've done, and then I'll just keep updating as I put out more of the game. So here we go. It's not the first demo I've put out, but I'm going to say that this is the official demo. I've had a few demos that I've put out before. They kind of showcased the idea and what I wanted to do, but they just weren't quite perfect. They weren't quite there. I mean, this one's not perfect either, not by a long shot, but they just were all right. They didn't have quite the story elements that I wanted. They didn't have the graphics that I wanted. The menus and interfaces weren't perfect. So this is why I call this one the official demo. This is the demo that I want people to see and maybe play, and it'll give them an idea of what will come in the future. So this demo, it's a little bit more polished up than my previous demos. That's why I'm calling it the official demo, because this is what I want people to see when they look at the visual novel. This contains the first two scenes that are going to be in the visual novel. So you get to play through and meet almost all of the characters. Those are the characters that you'll be able to date and maybe you'll be able to end the game with. Each character will have its own their own personality, their own storyline. I want them to actually feel like characters. I want you to maybe like or dislike some of them, and you'll be able to go through the game and kind of see each of their storylines, but you won't be able to see everything. That's something I wanted in this game. I wanted it to be where you have to make choices and you have to decide, maybe these two characters don't get along and you'll have to, choose to spend time with one or another, or maybe these characters, had previous conflicts in life, or I don't know, maybe these two characters just at different locations at different times and you can only go to one place. So I want there to be, choice in that regard. So I have a rough draft of the story right now. It's pretty long. The design doc for this game right now is 300 pages, and it's only going to get bigger as I go through and add more to the story and add more to what can be done and what I want the player to experience. But so far, that's where I'm at. So I'm going through. I have a couple people who are helping me write and add more to the story and refine it a little bit more. Maybe add some more interesting dilemmas or um, morals and ethics that need to be dealt with, or just some conflict, or just interesting little story bits here and there. And that's going to be, taking up the bulk of my time here. So, like I said, the game, I want it to have branching paths. I want the player to see different scenes based on who they choose to spend their time with and the things they want to do. So, you know, add in a little bit of replayability there where you'll be able to play the game again. And maybe if you make different choices here or there, you'll be able to see different scenes, different endings, or even get different reactions out of characters. I guess it's kind of ambitious, but I really want it to be a good quality game, which is why it's taking me so long. I've been working on this for a year now, just approaching a year. But I have to say, a lot of the work is done already. Now it's just finishing the writing, finishing the little bit of art that's left, and then plugging it all into my program that I've created here for the game. So I have mini games that I've been incorporating into this game as well. Those I want to be optional. You'll be able to turn them off if you don't want to play them, but I wanted to put them in just to break up a little bit of the. I don't know, sometimes reading so much it can get a little exhausting to just keep reading and reading and reading. So if I added in a mini game here or two, and then, maybe a character will react based on how well you do in the mini game, or I don't know, things like that, that might add in a little bit of, you know, variety to the game, and I think that might be something fun. Plus, it's just kind of fun to be able to go in and play some mini games. Once again, they're going to be optional, so if you don't like mini games, you don't want to play mini games, you'll be able to turn them off, and then when those segments come, you'll just be able to. It'll skip right past them. You won't even see them. So that's something I also wanted those to be completely optional. Also, when you play the game, there'll be different sections where you'll have unlockable art. So depending on what you do, you might find a scene here and it'll unlock some art for you. You'll be able to view that in this gallery. To unlock all of the art, you'll have to see all of the scenes. Like I said, I want there to be a good level of replayability in this game. I want you to be able to go through it and see different things and talk to different people. So that's what that's for. I'm also making a save creator, so that way, let's say you play through the game once, and then you want to play through it again, but you just want to see this one scene, or how this turns out, or what would happen if you made these choices here or there. I'm just going to lay out everything in like a nice little box here, like, you know, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? Yes, yes, no, no. You'll just be able to select what you want, and the save creator will make a save for you, and you'll just be able to continue the game as if that's what you did. It's going to release on different platforms. It's going to be on the PC and you know, web for sure. You'll be able to play it in a browser. You'll be able to download a standalone version and play it on your PC. But you'll also be able to. I want to try to release it on a few different systems as well. Android is one I can release it on. Just gonna have to find a way to compress it a lot to get that to work properly. And then I'd love to release it on a few different systems, but who knows if I'll be able to do that. So Steam is one, GOG is one. I'd love to get it on a console, but I don't know if that's entirely possible or not. So I used to be part of the Xbox ID Developers Program, or whatever it used to be called, but the last time I submitted a game there was 5 years ago. So yeah, I think I've gotten one game up on Xbox. That was a really long time ago too. It was just a little 2D game. So I might try to get it on something like that. Who knows? I'm not sure yet. But PC, web, probably mobile, well, maybe Mac, maybe iOS. I don't really know. I don't have access to debugging features on Mac or iOS, so I can't really say for sure if I'll be able to do those two or not. Oh, and the last thing I want to mention is the very last thing. The very, very last thing I'll be doing is translating it into a couple different languages. So I've made my decision on Spanish and Polish. And of course, it's going to be in English. So Spanish and Polish, I know some people that will be able to help me with translations. It's going to be a lot of text, so it's probably going to be a machine translation at first, and then I'll have some people go through and tell me the major glaring issues that we all know are going to happen with machine translations, and then they'll be able to help me kind of fine-tune it. So what's going to happen is the game will probably release, and then the translations will come later, because that's going to be a lot of work to make sure the translations are accurate and right. But that's all I have right now. That's the gist of the game. So this has been the first devlog. Thank you very much for listening and watching and taking interest in this sort of thing. You can check my website or my itch.io space for, you know, information on the game, or to be able to play the demo and to see future releases. And you can also check back here on YouTube. I'll hopefully be continuing this little devlog series and updating you more and more as, you know, I add more to this game. And I'll see you next time.